I worked really hard at it, and I think if I remember correctly, I did it in a couple takes.
I mean, it didn't look like CGI, so
no, it's not CGI.
You must have gotten it right.
It is not CGI.
James E. Woo, FBI.
Bonafide joint multi-service response. Really looking forward to the commemorative t-shirt.
So I will start with kind of a blunt question, which is, was Darcy Lewis blipped?
That was also a question I had. That was talked about at length with the writers. I don't think she was blipped. So
okay.
I would like a flashback to see Darcy not blipped. That would be very funny. But we decided she wasn't blipped.
Was Jimmy Woo blipped?
Well, I did ask that question during the making of this, and I've got various answers, theories. I don't know the answer for sure, but my theory is that he wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't. Because he needed that time to learn that card trick,
Someone must really miss you back at Quantico.
No, sir. Softball season's over, sir.
Well, I actually was going to specifically ask about the card flip because it is a great callback that is just like within his intro.
How'd you do it, Scott?
Do what?
The card trick.
I'm curious though, was that something that you already knew how to do, or was that something that maybe took a few takes?
No, I didn't know how to do it, but I learned it maybe a couple days before and worked really hard on it because I didn't want to screw it up. I didn't want to have to do 40 takes of that one thing.
Barf.
So I worked really hard at it, and I think if I remember correctly, I did it in a couple takes.
Nice.
Or maybe 5
it looks
takes.
great in the show. So
thank you.
I mean, it didn't look like CGI, so
no, it's not CGI.
You must have gotten it right.
It is not CGI.
Seriously?
You had a bit of a tempestuous relationship with Scott Lang when we first met Jimmy Woo.
Well, it started
but I'm
that
curious.
way.
Yeah, but I mean, so at this point, after seeing everything that happened in Avengers Endgame, do you think that his perspective on superheroes has maybe changed? And do you think maybe he brags about knowing Scott Lang?
I think so. I think Jimmy is kind of he's kind of he uses it for cool points, I think there is a childlike nature about him,
Magic.
And I could for sure see that playing out in his recollection of his times with Scott.
It totally romanticized it. He was there along with him the entire way. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Making up stuff that didn't happen,
Did you want to grab dinner or something? I mean, because I'm free.
We haven't seen Darcy since Thor: The Dark World, and that means in addition to the amount of time that we haven't seen her, that means she was also living through the entire time that she wasn't blipped. So
right.
How far did you go as far as just kind of mapping her life?
Well, that's right. So there, a lot is addressed, but nothing to do with the time exactly and what Darcy's been doing. So it's kind of up to the viewer to fill that in. But as an actor, for me, I was like, okay, well, she's seen some stuff. She's obviously lived through some things, and she's been in college this entire time. So I think she's just the same exact Darcy, but now she's a professional and she demands respect.
Miss Lewis.
Dr. Lewis.
And actually, I mean, was that kind of part of it? Just as far as the dialogue, because it's classic Darcy snark when she's especially back in the back of the van with those other scientists.
Yeah.
Was there a process of just making sure that the voice was right?
Yes. Actually, that's such a good question because when you're acting, there are only a few things you can do. You can't change your face, but you can change your voice and how you speak. So I've tried. I mean, my voice is so annoying and people are definitely quick to point that out, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I definitely did watch some Darcy stuff just to remember what I was doing with my voice and my register, and try to bring it a little more down, because now she's a professional, she's a doctor. Maybe I could get that coffee now? Or not. That's cool.
One of the cool things about Jimmy Woo's role and kind of the whole sword operation in WandaVision is that it's kind of a fan surrogate program. They're watching WandaVision the same way that fans are watching WandaVision and trying to just pick out all of the clues. Was that something that was an influence on your performance?
It wasn't something that I was fully conscious of until I saw the episodes, but it was something that I was conscious of in terms of just the character being very confused, and wanting to find the answers to these questions. I mean, that was a genuine thing that Jimmy was going through.
Between you, me, and the bedpost, I am not confident about this mission.
And it wasn't until I watched the episodes that I was like, oh wow, the audience is going through the exact same thing, and they're asking the exact same questions that he's writing on the board, which is pretty amazing and really cool to represent the audience in that way.
Yeah, it was definitely that fun moment of Darcy and Jimmy Woo eating chips watching the show like the viewer, because the first 3 episodes on purpose are kind of, you're just like, what is going on? What is happening? What is this? And then to see another character or 2 other characters also being like, what am I watching? There's something really fun about that. And I think it's a really fun guidepost for the viewer to see other people being confused.
The jig is up.
Like, how much did you actually know about what's going on?
Well, I had a very unique opportunity where we did do table reads. So I actually got the scripts.
Whoa.
Which I didn't expect at all. So I knew what was going on.
I mean, whoa.
But there was a point in filming where I was like, Darcy doesn't know everything. I don't want to know everything. And also, I don't want to know too much so that I don't have to hide too much. So it was partially self-preservation and partially for my character that there was a point where I just focused on Darcy's stuff. And so I don't really know exactly what happens anymore, along with everybody else.
I did kind of know most of it. I wouldn't say all of it, but I knew most of it going in. And but you just, when you're in the scene, you're just kind of in the moment, and you kind of forget about what because it's just you're just kind of living it, and it is genuinely perplexing, the situation.
Well, you're not Randall Park, you're Jimmy Woo.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it did feel like a puzzle. It felt like a puzzle that we were trying to figure out.
I'm only through the D's, but so far I got diddly squat.
Speaking entirely theoretically, we know that Jane Foster is going to be becoming Thor in the next Thor movie. What do you think Darcy Lewis's reaction to seeing that would be?
Just complete confusion, probably still attracted to Thor, but maybe in a more platonic way.
But why?
Hey man, we're working with the same scarcity of intel.
I don't know. As a fan, I'm desperate for this movie. I mean, I'm like, I can't wait for it.
Same. Well, thank you so much again for taking the time today. I cannot wait to see more of this show and more of Darcy Lewis. So thank you again.
Thank you.